Stephen?
We were done with the anomalous expansion of water.
Good.
We were to go to expansion of gases.
So that is okay. What do you understand by the word anomalous expansion of water? What is anomalous expansion? Andy, what is anomalous expansion? Andy ameshasahau. Andy, ulikula nini? Kumbe. Andy, ulikula kumbe ukasahau. Acha tuone mtu mwingine. Rose?
Anomalous expansion of water is the unusual behavior of water, such that when it is heated from 0 degrees to 4 degrees, it contracts, and when it is cooled from 4 degrees to 0 degrees, it expands.
So good. This is the unusual behavior of water, such that when it is heated from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, it contracts. Instead of expanding, it contracts. And when it is cooled from 4 to 0 degrees Celsius, instead of it contracting, it expands. And then we're able to look at the effects of the anomalous expansion of water. What are the effects? State the advantages. Let us begin with the advantages. State 2 advantages of the anomalous expansion of water. 2 advantages of the anomalous expansion of water. Stephen?
It supports aquatic life.
Good, it supports aquatic life. Number 2. Number 2. Stacy?
Leads to the formation of soil through weathering.
So it leads to soil formation as a result of weathering of rocks. So it leads to soil formation as a result of weathering of rocks. Alafu number 1 tumesema it supports aquatic life. Na kila mtu anajua vile ina support aquatic life. Unajua ya kwamba water at the top when it is cold ina freeze. Alafu hasa wakati ina freeze ikifika 0 degrees Celsius ina solidify, ina change state to ice. Na unajua ice at ukianzia hapo juu ice at 0 degrees Celsius, juu ya ice tuko na air, alafu ice at 0, water at 1, water at 2, kwanza kuna water at 0, ice at 0, water at 0, then water at 1 mpaka vile inafika 4. Unajua temperatures zina increase ukimove downwards mpaka kule hapo chini 4 degrees Celsius. Unajua from 0 to 4 maybe water in a contract, so decrease in volume but density in increase. So you can see water at 4 degrees Celsius, it is denser than water at 0. So the less dense water in a float on the one which is denser, like that. Alafu tulisema kwamba at 4 degrees Celsius we have minimum volume, and kama volume ni minimum, density ni maximum. Na tulisema kwamba maybe you can even ask some question there. What happens to ice? Explain what happens when you heat ice from a temperature of minus 10 degrees Celsius or minus 20 mpaka vile ina vaporize. Explain what happens when you heat ice. Na kwamba hata hatujamaliza negative effects of anomalous expansion of water. State 2 disadvantages of the anomalous expansion of water before tuende kwa hiyo maneno ya ice. Hiyo ingine ilikuwa disadvantages of the anomalous expansion of water.
Formation of icebergs which poses danger to ships.
Leads to the formation of icebergs poses a great danger to ships. And then apart from that, disadvantage number 2. Ashley?
it leads to the breakage of pipes which will affect the water flowing.
So it leads to the breakage of pipes, water pipes, especially when water flowing through the pipes in a freeze. Wakati ina freeze badala ya kucontract ina expand. Alafu sasa increase in volume, na hiyo volume haitakuwa enough ya kuwa accommodate hiyo maji yenye itakuwa imefreeze, so hiyo pipe ita break. Na ikibreak italeta hasara kwa water companies. And then apart from that, so twende kwa ice sasa. Explain what happens to ice when you heat it from a temperature of -20 mpaka vile ina vaporize. Stacy? Stacy?
I can't hear you, sir.
Aunaski? Ebu toka alafu rudi tena. Toka alafu rudi alafu tanisikia mzuri. Stacy, you can leave, then you come back. What happens to ice when you heat it from a temperature of -20 mpaka temperature ya 100? Wengine wamenyamaza tu. Na wakijua kuexplain hiyo, kuchora graph itakuwa rahisi. Kuchora tu graph, it will be easier for you. Haya. Mtu ajaribu, Steven.
The ice expands fast up to the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, and after expanding from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, it contracts again, and after contracting after 4 degrees Celsius, it continues expanding again up to 100 degrees, where it becomes the boiling point of the water.
Good. When you heat ice from a temperature of -20, from -20 to 0, as the temperature increases from -20 to 0, the volume ina increase. Unajua heat ice ina expand, inaendelea kuexpand mpaka vile inafika 0 degrees Celsius. Na hiyo kuexpand inamaanisha kwamba increase in volume. Remember, when you heat a substance, mass remains constant. The variables or what changes are density and volume. So wakati volume ya ice ina increase from -20 to 0, density ina decrease. Alafu sasa ukifika hapo kwa 0, at 0 degrees Celsius now, the ice will begin to change the state from solid to liquid at a constant temperature. So wakati inafanya hivyo, there is a slight drop in volume, which means slight increase in density. And then once the whole ice has melted, then now we have water at 0 degrees Celsius. So water at 0 degrees Celsius will begin to, maybe as you heat that water at 0, it will now show its anomalous behavior. It will begin to contract from 0 to 4. So utaona volume ina decrease mpaka hapo kwa 4 degrees Celsius, or will have a minimum volume. And then from 4 degrees Celsius onwards, up to maybe 100, water will now show the normal behavior. As you heat the water, it will continue to expand. As the temperature increases, volume will increase. And it's very important for you to know how to draw a graph of maybe density against temperature and volume against temperature. For example, if we have this, tuseme volume against temperature, wakati unachora tuseme hapo, tuseme -10, alafu tuseme 4, alafu tuseme 100. So tuseme hapa ni maybe 10 or even -20, hapo ni 0, hapo ni 4, hapo ni 100. So if it is volume against temperature, tumesema when you heat from -10 to 0, volume ina increase. List volume ina increase. Na ikifika 0, wakati ice inaanza kumelt, there's a slight drop in volume. So hapo inateremka kidogo hivyo. Slight drop in volume. Then from 0 to 4, anomalous behavior. As you heat the water ina contract, so decrease in volume. And then from 4 now up to 100, utaona maybe like that. So ukiangalia hapa, at least this one here, minimum volume at 4. So ukiangalia vile umechora hapa, vile umechora at least hii ndio lazima ikuwe lowest. Hii yenye iko what is on the maybe on the left should not be lower than hiyo volume at 4. Hiyo ndo lowest. And then apart from that pia ni vizuri ujue kuchora graph ya at least density against temperature. Density against temperature. So tuseme so I want you to draw density against temperature. So hapo tutasema density in grams per cubic centimeters against temperature. Alafu hapa tutakuwa na minus maybe 10 hapo, minus 10 4 and then 100. So wakati unachora hiyo utaona from minus 10 to 0, wakati volume ya ice ina increase, density ina decrease. Density ina decrease. Alafu at least unachora hapo mzuri, density ina decrease. And then from at 0, wakati ice ina melt at a constant temperature, tulisema there's a slight drop in volume. So hapa there will be a slight increase in density. And then from 0 to 4, wakati volume ina decrease, density ina increase. Alafu hasa from 4 to 100, wakati volume ina increase, density ina decrease. So you'll have it like that. Na ukiangalia hii unaona kwamba we have maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. So lazima wakisha at 4, that is the highest. Hiyo ya minus 10 isipite hiyo ya 4 degrees Celsius. You're supposed to know how to draw those graphs. Ukijua kuzichora itakuwa mzuri sana.